myself a special guest up in here, man. Raul.
Stop
This
it.
the homie right here, man. This the homie. I gotta cut this in, man. This king right here, man. I've been knowing you for let's see, how long? I think it's been like about a year or so, man. I met you, man, at the stunt training.
Yeah, that was back in October of last year, so almost a year. Yeah.
Yeah, almost a year, man. It has been a journey, bro. It's been a journey, man. So I know you've been acting for quite some time. So let's give us a quick rundown, man, of your acting career. What have you done, and what got you started in this process, bro?
So I mean, I'm actually I'm more new to the game than you think. I started acting May 2019. I started taking acting classes with Deke Anderson up in the Heights, and it was kind of on a whim. I was so by trade, I'm an engineer. So I've been in Houston since 2016. I was an engineer. I am an engineer, and I don't know. I kind of had this feeling like I want to explore some of my creativity in the right side of my brain, and I was looking for improv classes, and I found a studio that taught improv classes, but they weren't offered at the time. So they were like, "Hey, we have acting classes, though." And I was like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to be in a movie. Why not? Let me try it. It's 6 weeks. Like, I'll see if I like it." And I did it, and I loved it. And they lied to me and said I was good at it. So I kept going. And the first film I actually did was that same year, July 2019. I filmed a small independent film called Blind Justice. Great cast, great people, and um, it was cool. It was my first film ever, and they gave me a lead role as playing one of the cops in the film. So from there, I did a bunch of work with as an extra. I did work as kind of a small roles here and there, and back I think early 2020, I applied for, or I submitted for a role on O'Shea, and I didn't hear back from them. So it's like I figured I didn't get anything. But then, like around the same time as I met you, like stunt training time, I got a call from Eric, and he was like, "Hey, we'd like to have you for this character. Are you interested?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm interested." And it kind of just went from there. And I was actually originally supposed to play a different character, but that he didn't think I didn't look young enough for the role. So he was like, "Hey, we have this other character. Would you want to do that?" And that's how I got the role of Pablo in O'Shea.
Nice,
man. That is a cool story, bro. That's go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I've seen the what was it, the first episode that they released from O'Shea. I dig it, man. Like he's hardcore now. Like I'm excited to see where your character goes. So let me ask, what are some of your influences? That inspired you to kind of want to pursue acting.
So honestly, I've always really been into action movies. I mean, probably some of my earlier movies that I enjoyed was like watching Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of like all the Rush Hour films. So I loved comedy. And then of course the big dogs, Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington. And I see some films sometimes. I remember I used to see some films sometimes and I was like, man, I could do that. Like they didn't do that good of a job. Like I could have done that better. And but I wouldn't do anything about it. Yeah. So then I was you got to ask yourself, why not? Why can't it be you? So I went ahead and just went for it. And but yeah, so my early influences were definitely some more of the action stars, for sure.
Nice.
Keanu Reeves, things like that.
Yeah. So how do you what is your process like when you're preparing for a role? Like do you? I know some people like to psych themselves out. Some people kind of just they really just dive into this character. Like, what is your process for taking on a role?
That's a great question. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of flip a switch and become the character. So the character is very real for me. it's usually a part of myself. Even Pablo, like he's nothing like me at all. But you have to find a piece of yourself in that character, and so a lot of it for me is reading the script and thinking about, okay, how does this character feel about the people that he's talking to? You know, what was he doing before this scene? You know, where is he going afterwards? What is he thinking about in the moment? You know, what is the atmosphere like? Is he mad? Is he happy? You know, does he respect the person that he's talking to? So a lot of that is important to me, and some of that just comes off the other actor. You know, one actor will give me an energy, and I was like, how would I authentically react to that? And a lot of the times, the way I react is authentic to that moment. And yeah, it's just it's a very vulnerable process, because it's a real part of you is being showed to the camera. It's not this fake person. Because I feel like if you don't do it that way, if you just memorize lines and you're just waiting for the other person to finish their line so you can say yours, it doesn't feel real. So the character needs to become a real person to me.
Those some good tips, man. That's I love those tips. Those are great tips, and I like that you was like, let me see how this is. Like, I can do that a little better than you. Get into it, and then you just start picking away and finding things. Because be honest with you, I don't know how long you've been acting, but you carry yourself and you do everything as if you're a natural, man, and it just flows and shows. And then, you know, your character on O'Shea, he has that suave, cool mentality, but at the same time, he's like, I'm finna get this done, man. And that's what I love about it. Like, every time your character was on screen, I like, that's my boy right there, man. He finna set everything straight, man. So I dig it, man. I dig it, bro. Great job.
Yeah, that's a fun character. He's just like the ultra super macho facet of the Latino community.
Yeah. So, do you have any plans to ever do any work behind the camera?
Not really, not at this time. I think I like my work in front of the camera. It's just a very creative process. There's not a lot of, you know, logistical work, or I don't have to think about a lot of stuff. I just become a person and I just say lines, essentially. So I get enough of the logic and left side brain stuff at my regular 9 to 5. Yeah. So, well, you know, being in front of the camera is a release for me. So I don't think I want the stress of being an AD or a producer,
right?
Directing my own stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I'm open to it in the future.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. One last question for me, because we always want to pave the way by paying it forward. There's a young actor out there that they're thinking about getting into it, or maybe someone that's, you know, a little older that just kind of unsure of getting into the industry or getting in front of the camera. What piece of advice would you give them?
Oh man, it's a couple of things. So it could be a little brutal. It's very like I've mentioned before, it's a very vulnerable process. You're putting yourself out there for people to see very intimate pieces of yourself. So number one is don't take anything personally. Learn to find validation within yourself instead of seeking outside validation. I think a lot of times you're just not the right fit for a role, and you know, maybe someone's look of, we need a handsome male actor, you know, and you're like, oh man, does that mean I'm not handsome? It's like, not necessarily. It just means you know, you don't fit in that particular peg that they're looking for. So you're a circle and they were looking for a square, like, and that's fine. So you got to know that you went in there and you gave it your best shot. You know that was the best performance that you could give, and you're happy with it. You're like, damn, I did a great ass job. I'm not for that role, but okay, cool. So yeah, so definitely don't take anything personally. Is number one. It's just business, and have fun. It's important to have an abundance mentality. Is a lot of times you don't get a role, and you really wanted that role, so you get down about it, and you know, that's just the wrong attitude to have. It's about if you scroll through Actors Access or all these casting websites, you're like, man, there's a whole lot of auditions out there. Like I didn't get this one, but man, there's like 1,000 others. So, you know, have that abundance mentality. Like it doesn't matter that you didn't get that one particular role. You know, just keep auditioning. Your job as an actor isn't to act necessarily in a TV or a film. It's just to audition. That's the job part of it. So yeah, don't take anything personally and have an abundance mindset. That's my piece of advice to someone who wants to try this out.
Okay, that's some good advice. That's some good advice. You know, me, I'm just not starting out my little journey here. So yeah, so you know, that's some good advice. I'm gonna take some of that advice myself and try to apply it.
No, man, I'm glad to help. And then reach out. There's we're a very friendly community. We like to help each other.
Yeah, we do, man. That's also cool that you went to Deke Anderson's. I went to Deke Anderson's, the one off of in the Heights location. So I was all like, man, yeah, I know he went to Deke's as well too, man. That's dope, bro. So one of my questions is, so what will be that all-time favorite role that you wish you can just have, or you're working towards to getting? What will be that thing where you're like, man, this is it. Like I felt great doing this role. This is the role that I want to do. What would be your dream role?
Man, if I'm being honest, I hope Marvel's listening. I'm gonna get really shredded, and I want to play Wolverine in your next movie. Let me know. That would be fun. He's my all-time favorite comic book character is Wolverine. But no, man, like I'm really into nerdy shit. I love superhero movies. So yeah, man, like action comedy, like that's my ideal role. You know, put me on a big poster in Times Square. You know, inflate my ego.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love it, man. That's what's up, man. Let's see. I know you got to get going and go to the gym, bro. We would love to have you on again, man. Probably later on this year or next year. We'll see. Whenever you free, man, we'll hit you up soon.
Yeah.
And get some more stuff out there. Shout out to Eric Hunter and the O'Shea cast and crew, doing some amazing things.
Yes.
And man, bro, appreciate you, man, for taking time out of your day as well to join us and talk, you know, shoot the shit with us and everything, man.
Yeah,
that was fun, man.
Yeah, and just
before you go, something out of it.
Yeah, before you go, just tell people where they can follow you, where they can see your work at, or anything you got coming up that's out there that, you know, if you want to put out there for people to see.
Yeah, sure. So everyone knows episode 1 O'Shea is on YouTube now and Patreon. Episode 2 coming out soon. We got a couple other projects that I can't talk about with Eric that are going to be coming out in July, and then I have something coming out this fall. It's Mr. Franklin, where I play one of the villains. So that's going to be an exciting role as well. Look out for that. You could follow me at Raul on a Stool on Instagram, and Raul Chacon on Facebook. Go ahead, friend me. I'm friends with everybody.
Awesome, man. We appreciate you coming through.
All right, appreciate you guys for having me.